Hello, it's Shaheen. I wanted to do a video and talk about energetic chords because I think that it's something that's really important for everyone to understand what it is and how we can use it to our benefit. I talk a lot about this with people when I'm giving readings, so a lot of my clients have heard about this, and I know I've mentioned it before in passing on other blog posts. But basically, what an energetic chord is it's an energetic attachment that we have to a person, a place, a thing, a feeling, an idea, a belief, a fear. It can even be an attachment to a specific point in time, the past, the present, the future. Whatever it is, it's just an attachment that you have between you and something else. And the reason why it's called an energetic chord is because the way this is often perceived energetically is it's a chord from you to that thing. And this chord can be a small, thin, little gossamer chord, or it can be a huge, thick drain pipe sort of chord between you and whatever it might be. And oftentimes people will have energetic chords between them and a person, often a relationship with a spouse or a child or a parent. It can even be between you and a teacher or someone who has been instrumental in your life. And energetic chords aren't always bad, but a lot of times what happens is we accumulate negative energetic chords. So the way this plays out is that our energy is what we have to invest into things that we want to manifest in our lives. So think of your energy as being sort of like money. You get so much energy from the universe, from source, whatever you believe in, spirit, God, and that energy comes into you. And then you're able to put that energy into something else, whether it be a goal that you have, or a dream, or a person, or a project that you're working on. You are able to put that energy into anything you want, but you only have so much of that. And that amount just depends on who you are and what you're doing. But you want to put your energy into something that is going to give you back whatever you've invested into it, if not more. And oftentimes what we do is we put our energy into things that don't give back to us. We put our energy into things that keep taking and taking and taking and never return. And that's what you don't want. And oftentimes I'll see this in negative relationships that people are in. They feel like they're giving and this person is just taking from them. And a lot of times people do this when they have a certain fear of something or a belief that they keep telling themselves. And this is the number one cause of when we're trying to manifest something and we can't. We've invested into an idea or a feeling or a certain lifestyle. And so what I often tell people is you have to cut that energetic cord that you have between whatever it is that's standing in your way and you, so that you have that energy back, and then you can put it into that other thing that you're wanting. And many times we don't even realize that this is happening. So it's really important to be aware of this. Some of the things that you can do to understand what you have a negative attachment to is to ask yourself, are there people in your life who you are around often, or who, when you're around, you feel depleted or you feel drained, or when you think about them, you feel depleted or drained? Are there certain things that you do in the day that make you feel depleted or drained, or that make you feel sick or fatigued or depressed or anxious or angry or sad? Are there places that you go to that make you feel that way? Are there certain things that are in your life, certain objects that make you feel that way? And those are the things that are signs that you have an attachment to something and it's pulling from you and it's not filling you back up. And an energetic cord is a two-way street. So you can also take from that thing or from that person or from that idea. But when you take from it, you are pulling in whatever that energy is. So if it's not a positive person or a positive atmosphere and you're pulling in that energy, you're pulling in that negativity into your being. Oftentimes, you'll see this with people who are very empathic, because not only are they feeling people's emotions and the emotions that are happening in a place, but they're also absorbing them. So some of the methods that I like to use for cutting energetic cords is to visualize myself focusing on that thing. So, for example, it could be someone, a coworker. So I see that coworker in my mind, and then I start to ask myself, what does the cord look like that I have between me and that person? And so then once I start to see that cord, I start to look at it and ask myself, what has allowed that to exist? Is it the way this person treats me? Is it the way I treat them? Etc., etc. So I'm trying to figure out why is this cord being created and what is allowing it to exist, because you don't want to cut the energetic cord and then not change whatever the actions are that have allowed this to be created. So once I see that, once I've sort of analyzed that and allowed that cord to tell me why it exists, then I start to try to get rid of it. And what I do is I don't necessarily like to visualize it being cut away, but I like to visualize me pulling my energy back into myself. So I visualize that cord sort of being unscrewed or detached from that person and coming back into me, and I call my energy back and I give them their energy back, and then I visualize white light sealing it. So just visualize a beautiful white light sort of sealing that energy off from you and that person. The other thing I like to do is to call on the Archangel Michael. And for me that works because I feel like the Archangel Michael is very connected to my spiritual self and to the path that I am on. But if you don't feel that the Archangel Michael works, that's fine. But you can call on any of your guides or helpers or spirit guides, whatever you feel is sort of your band of celestial beings. So I often call on Archangel Michael to come in and guide me and protect me, and then I ask him to please help remove all negative energetic cords and attachments, and then to allow love and peace and harmony to take its place. The other thing that's really good about cutting energetic cords or about releasing energetic cords is to understand that forgiveness is really a strong part of that. So forgiving people and detaching yourself from whatever it is that you feel like they've done to you, or you feel like they didn't do for you, or for you to them, letting go of that and forgiving that will really allow you to cut those energetic cords. I also find that writing a letter is a really strong way to release those attachments, because then you can say all the things to that person that you feel like you needed to say. You get those feelings out, you get those emotions out. Or writing a letter to the situation or to the thing, just getting out all of your feelings and your emotions about whatever it is you've attached yourself to will allow you to release that energy and to call your energy back into yourself. The thing when it comes to dealing with people that's often hard is that you feel that you can't say these things to their face. So if you write a letter, you don't have to send it to them. You can keep it for yourself. It's just the act of getting the energy out there, getting the idea out there, getting the feeling out there. When you're trying to get that feeling or that energy out there, you sometimes come up against feeling like this isn't really going to help. But it really will, because what happens is, on some level, that message has gotten to them in their unconscious mind. So that's sort of what level you're working on. The subconscious is always aware and always active, but it's the conscious mind that tends to be a little bit closed off to the messages from not only our own intuition, but from other people. So a lot of times what I tell people to do as well is to actually speak out loud or in your mind to whoever the person is or whatever the thing is that you're trying to detach yourself from, which will allow you to get the message across, and they will receive it. And oftentimes you'll remove that attachment, you'll remove that feeling, and you'll even see changes happening between you and that person. And it's like magic. It's like, well, nothing was ever said, but finally the message was received. So what I will do is I will sit down and become calm and meditative and see that person in my mind's eye, or I will give a visual to whatever that feeling is. So if I'm afraid of the dark, I would imagine what does the darkness look like? If the darkness was a person or a being, what would it look like? And then I will talk to that and get all those emotions and those feelings out and release it, let it go, and then call back my energy and send that energy to it and forgive it and thank it and send it on its way. But when you do this with people, with actual people, you will start to really experience a level of communication that is beyond what words and face-to-face contact can allow. So try that when you're trying to release these energies. The other thing that I like to do is to spend time in meditation, because stillness and silence always allow you to become more aware and to gather more of your energy. Being grounded and centered will help you to be more whole, and it will help you to release energetic cords. And the other thing, after you've released these cords and after you feel like you've called your energy back, you want to put up some sort of spiritual protection. So you want to put up the white light, and you want to visualize white light coming from the heavens and coming down and surrounding your body, completely covering you, no holes, no cracks, head to toe, completely encompassing you in this beautiful bubble of white light. And then what I like to do is I like to see on the outside of this white light a whole shield of mirrors that are reflecting outward, so that whatever negative energy or whatever unwanted and stray energy that is coming toward me or being sent to me is deflected, and it goes back to whoever the sender is, and that only loving thoughts and energy can get through that shield. And that's what I always ask for, so affirm that. And you can also ask for your spirit guides and your angels, your loved ones, all your celestial helpers to surround you as well in protection, love, and healing. So I hope that this little video helps you in understanding what energetic cords are and how you can sort of release them. And there are so many other methods. Doing Reiki and energy work can help, healing with crystals, the whole thing. Psychological work, going to a therapist and to a counselor will also help, because whatever it is that's at the source of that attachment, if you start to work on that and start to release that, then you start to remove the cord. And that's what's really key. You can remove the cord, but it'll replace itself if you don't change whatever the habit is that's created it. And you'll also find that this energetic cords can not only affect the way you feel, but it can affect the way it can affect your body. Some people gain weight because they're trying to protect themselves from whatever this energetic cord is. So there are many, many levels that you're affected on by whatever energy you're allowing into your system and whatever energy you are giving away. But think of it as an investment. You have so much energy to invest into something, and if you give it away to stray and unnecessary things, then you're not going to be able to manifest your dreams and your desires. So that might be the key to making that goal that you've had actually work this time. To detach yourself from whatever it is that's not bringing anything to you, and to be able to consciously manifest and consciously invest your energy into this new goal and this new idea, so that it really can come about. Alright, well, please comment, please ask any questions or leave any concerns or comments or any feedback that you have for me. And if you want to know anything else, or you feel like I could talk a little bit more about something, please let me know that as well. Alright, take care. Much love. Bye-bye.